Anniversary of the abolition of indentureship, specifically Indian indentureship. And I felt, and our group felt, more importantly, we should not allow this occasion to pass lightly, because some of us may not be here at the next 100th anniversary. Those of you who feel you're going to be here, congratulations on your longevity dividend. And this period of our history, particularly in Jamaica, is part of our forgotten history. And let me just share a few well-documented, researched facts. They're not my opinions. Over the 100 years, but during the period of indentureship, let's start from there. And this occurred after the abolition of slavery. So you're looking about 1813 to 1917. About 500,000 Indians came to what was then the British Caribbean as indentured laborers. Of that 500,000, about 40,000 came to Jamaica. So what we had was a replacement of one economic system, slavery, which had its own unintended social consequences, with another economic system, which also had its own unintended social consequences. And these were people who came under the veneer of legality. They signed contracts, and the majority of them could neither read nor write. So signing was simply a thumbprint. And neither of the three languages many of these contracts were written into they could comprehend. At the same time, the conditions under which they operated were subhuman, primarily because of a lack of sanitation and drinking water. So it was very common for parasitic related diseases, dysentery, cholera, hookworm in particular, very common, high infant mortality rates. Okay. And at the same time, there were many penalties for what were really civil infringements of their contract. But they were liable to what I would say treated as criminal offenses and criminal sanctions. But coming out of that movement of people, what do we have today? We have within the Caribbean, and frankly, let's face it, we are a region of immigrants. No one here in this room tonight has the sole unequivocal right to residence in this region. We are all a nation of settlers and immigrants. And coming out of this, our community has contributed in all spheres of life. Literature, BS 91, sports, notably racing, Jamaica in particular, whether through jockeys, whether through training. In terms of politics, the first female prime minister. So, science, in any sphere of life you look at, there's been a contribution. So in a way, this community has a bunch above its weight, despite its history. And so we wanted to, in a way, pay a debt and recognize that we're here because of our ancestors and have that sense of history. And thankfully, we have this gentleman, and I ask him to stand and be recognized, Dr. Prasad from New York. We reach out to him, and he's the one who has been instrumental in helping us to celebrate tonight by bringing out a small group of amateur actors, actresses, supplemented by 1 week training of our own people. So it's not just a New York-centric production. And why drama? This particular drama gives an insight as to the sacrifices that were made by our people. Various types. And we know that Jamaicans have a love for drama. Out of all of the islands in the Caribbean, the greatest love in all of the islands for drama. The Jamaicans are very expressive, they're very dramatic. And this, in a way, it's let's say an alignment of the stars. We could have a singing show, we could have had a dancing show, but the alignment of the stars. And so I would like you, within this context, to in a way, celebrate with us the 100th anniversary. And lastly, I would like to thank you for turning up on a Saturday night, close to Christmas, to participate in a piece of history. You know about bragging rights. I was there in Jamaica when we celebrated the 100th anniversary of the abolition of indentureship. Namaste, Vidi.
It's almost 9 o'clock and this farewell thing is in full speed. At least I can still hear myself. The noise almost drove me out of my mind. Never mind the kind of songs they play. Boom, boom, boom. Farewell. I don't know what to say to these children. Nanda, tell your mother to close up now, you hear? I need some rest for tomorrow. Stop the noise now. I don't know why Suresh had to insist on me joining them in New York. He knows very well I don't like to leave this house. Sometimes he thinks like he's my father. It's been over 45 years now I live in this house. How in the world I must fit all my important things in 2 suitcases? 50 pounds each too. They really think I'm an idiot.
Aji, are you sleeping?
No, Betty, come in. They finished the music downstairs?
Yes, almost. Aji, you made me laugh so much tonight with your old-time dancing.
You're laughing after this little old lady?
We will miss you. Aji, what is this?
Oh, Betty, this is a gunguru.
A gunguru?
Yes, it is worn on the ankles of Indian classical dancers.
Wow, this must be really old. Dad never told me you were a classical dancer.
Me a classical dancer? No. I'm a professional dinner yard dancer. This gunguru was a gift to my Aja from a great dancer many years ago.
You mean your Aja was a dancer? Wow!
Not my Aja, it belonged to Rekha, my Aja's first and only love.
First love? That's so cool. My great-great-grandfather had a first love. Please tell me more about this first love. What's her name again? Rekha?
Betty, it's a long, sad story. I don't like to talk about it.
Please, Aji, please. If you really love me, you will tell me all about this long-time love story. Tomorrow night, this time, you'll be in New York.
All right, Betty, but only on one condition.
Okay, name it.
You have to eat some of this senka roti and garden choker.
Ew. All right, just this one time.
My Aja's name was Ramsing. He came from a poor village called Rampur in North India. His parents died while he was still young, and he was left with the responsibility of taking care of 4 brothers and sisters. He started working at the tender age of 15 at the Central Market, where his father worked as a cleaner. He grew up to become a handsome, strong, and was a fine entertainer. He loved music and would even sing and dance after market hours, much to the amusement of the villagers. People would call him Jaruwala.
आइए मेरे प्यारी भाइयों और बहनों, आइए। जारूवाला राम सिंह from Rampur has come to entertain you. मैं रामपुर से जारूवाला, मेरा नाम राम सिंह और मेरा नाम प्यारा है। धन्यवाद धन्यवाद धन्यवाद।
मोहतरमा कभी शोला कभी नगमा इस आप के अंदाज का हार जा कहता देखा मानिए कहना मैंने तुम्हें देखा सिर्फ देखा मानिए कहना कभी कुबला मोहतरमा कभी शोला कभी नगमा इस आपके अंदाज का और क्या कहना कभी कुबला मोहतरमा कभी शोला कभी नगमा
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद धन्यवाद
One Saturday evening during the annual fair at Rampur, where singers and dancers would come from nearby villages to perform, my Aja was sweeping as usual as the last dancer for the evening took the stage. Everyone was instantly mesmerized by her beauty and graceful movements, including my Aja. It was as if the moon suddenly appeared on a dark night.
नाचे मन मोरा मगन चिकदा धिगे धिगे नाचे मन मोरा मगन चिकदा धिगे धिगे बदरा गिर आए रुत है धिगे धिगे नाचे मन मोरा मगन चिकदा धिगे धिगे नाचे मन मोरा मगन चिकदा धिगे धिगे चिकदा धिगे धिगे चिकदा
She was beautiful Rekha from Uttar Pradesh. As the crowd moved away and Rekha removed her gungaroos, my Aja remained transfixed and dumbfounded by this rapturous beauty.
Sahib, what's the matter?
It's you. You are marvelous. And you are so beautiful too.
Sahib, I know you're tired. You're trying to flatter me.
Oh, no. Words cannot describe my feelings for you at this moment. You are indeed a goddess, and you have blown my mind away.
Sahib, what is it?
Oh, Devi, please tell me, who are you?
I'm Rekha.
Rekha. What a lovely name. Where are you from?
Gujarat. We moved here recently and this is my first performance in Rampur. And who are you?
मैं? मेरा नाम राम सिंह। राम सिंह है मेरा नाम। I take care of the entire market here, sort of the manager.
Oh, so you're like the market sweeper?
Well, in a way, yes. But that does not mean that I cannot fall in love at first sight. I was innocently sweeping as usual when you swept me off my feet.
Love. But you don't even know me.
I don't need to, Devi. My heart has a mind of its own. While I can control my broom, my heart controls me. As soon as I saw you, my heart simply melted.
I must say, you're pretty brave. Don't you realize we're not from the same caste? Besides, my father would never accept someone from the cleaning class as my suitor.
Probably, but my love knows no caste, creed, or profession. Tell me, would you dance here if the ground is unclean?
Probably not.
So you see, we depend on each other. Of what use is the well without its water?
I don't think you're realistic.
What does realistic has to do with a pure heart that melts with uncontrollable love?
My father would never accept someone like you.
Indeed. I may be beneath his expectation, but I'm honest, madly in love, and will never disappoint you, my dear. Even though your father may not accept me, I am prepared to embrace him and will never defile his honor.
You are very brazen, or perhaps just crazy.
Crazy? Yes, I am crazy. Crazy about you. Can I meet you again on Saturday after the market close?
What? Maybe, but without the broom?
By all means, my dear. This time, no broom. I don't know why this broom is always around me. I know you have been my loyal friend for many years now, but you will have to take the back seat. My queen is coming to meet me now.
They would meet secretly by the market every week, and their love blossomed. She would even help him clean the marketplace, and he would pretend as if he was the dancer.
याद आएगी ये बातें तुम्हारी तड़पेगी मोहब्बत
Rekha had a smaller sister by the name of Prema. She was her closest confidant and became disturbed when she heard the news of Rekha and Ramsing spreading around the village.
You and that Jackwala Ramsing.
Shh! Keep it down. Marge is in the kitchen.
I was shocked. I just kept denying that you would ever fall for someone like.
Say it like a market cleaner. Yes, I have made up my mind.
Do you know what this will mean? Father will not take this lightly, Didi.
I used to dream of finding a good-looking, strong, funny, and rich prince. But I was wrong. He's everything else except a rich prince.
Father always says a girl should marry within our caste, not below.
Where does love fit into that formula?
Love? We are barely struggling to survive. Father is now old. You're talking about love? Love is a storybook, not real life.
It's my life. Don't I have a choice?
You're in a dream world, Didi.
What if I decide to pursue my dream? Will I suffer in hell?
Ah, Didi, you have changed.
It's the key to survival, or we simply get lost in time.
Love must have made you lose your mind.
That's what love is about. To be madly in love.
I respect your perseverance, but you still have to deal with Father.
Don't worry. I know how to touch his weak spot. Never underestimate a father's love for his eldest daughter.
I don't know what I'll do without you, Didi. Your dancing bells will leave an empty void in this hut.
Don't worry. I'm still here. However long Ramsing decides to claim his queen.
I hope Lord Naftaraja smiles on you, Didi.
Thank you, Priya. Hey, have you seen my new dance moves? I'm preparing for next month's Mela.
You are indeed a dancing queen.
I'm also Ramsing's queen. I can't wait till that day. When you will have to dance for me.
Everyone might just run away, imagining me with my 2 left feet.
Miles away in Jamaica, a small island in the Caribbean Sea, plantation owners were frantically in search of laborers to replace former black slaves who were emancipated in 1838.
We've experimented with the Chinese and even encouraged the blacks to return to the plantations. And while the Chinese are very determined people, they are frail and buckle easily under the weight of the sugarcane. And the blacks, they still have nightmares of their experiences in the fields over so many years, and they dismiss any thought of returning to those fields. Now the plantations are in a terrible state of neglect. Weeds stifle the plants, pests run riot, and we will certainly suffer great losses. Lord Glendale will surely be answerable to the authorities in London.
What's that still? News has just come from Lord Glendale. Permission has been granted for us to bring labourers from India.
What a brilliant move. They could not have come at a better time. The Indians are hardworking, sturdy, docile, plentiful in supply, and already hardened to harsh conditions. The blazing sun does no harm to their complexion, and they are illiterate, easygoing, and do not expect much. Let us not waste time. Contact the British authorities in Calcutta immediately. Go on, go, go, go.
Yes, sir.
Recruiters made a quick study of the Uttar Pradesh region in northeastern India and identified locals to help them to acquire laborers.
Hey, Manji, you want to be happy?
Certainly, Swamiji, please. Can you make my life happier?
I have the perfect mantra for you. When I touch the holy 10 rupees, I make all your problems disappear.
10 rupees? But I only have 7 rupees, O holy man.
Acha, no worry, no problem. Now repeat after me. So all your problems will just disappear.
But I'm still not happy, O holy one.
First, you have to concentrate with your eyes closed and repeat the mantra 7 times.
But I'm still not happy, O Swami. Are? Swami? Ba? Swami? Are? Still not happy? No.
You want to know who is following you?
Please let me know who is following me, O wise one.
If you give Swamiji a deduction of 10 rupees, I will certainly reveal that secret to you.
10 rupees. That's all my earning for the whole week. I can afford only a
Acha. You are very lucky. No one is following you today. Jai Ho. Chor, thief.
Hey you.
Mimi Sahib?
Yes you.
Please don't arrest me.
What's your name?
Ramdin Sahib, Ramdin Bahadur. Can I be of service to you?
Well, Ramadan,
Bahadur, Ramdin Bahadur, sir.
well, Ramadan Bahadur, want to make some money?
Money, paisa? You give me paisa?
Yes, Ramadan, a good amount, providing you find me laborers.
No problem, Sahib. Get you all kinds. Chota, lamba, pahalwan. Cost different prices.
All I want, Ramadan, are young, strong, healthy men, the best bullies, and you will be paid handsomely.
Acha Sahib, money talks, men walks, never regret it. Ramdin Bahadur, Mahajan of Rampur, I'll bring you Hanuman, Bhim, Nara Singh, Balbir, all of them.
Very well. The more you get, the better for you.
But Sahib, what can you work? To clean the streets, to throw bees, to wash clothes, to sift sugar, care for animals, horses, cows, gada, donkey.
All that and much more.
Sahib, some of these police will become like Maharajas.
We'll first take them to Calcutta by train, identify them, check them out medically, and hoard them onto the ships. And before they realize where they are going, we may be miles away in the wide ocean. These natives are too scared to cross the oceans. We have to take them below deck and constantly keep an eye on them.
a big crowd for a dance by Rekha, the cunning Ramdin planned his move.
Jobs are very plentiful in the neighboring towns, and you will get many paisa. Hey Janwala, how long will you sweep the street for nothing, eh? Come and join the rest, come.
Is it true that I will be well paid?
He speaks the truth. Let's go.
Let's go.
Before long, you will be back home with many paisa to buy enough food, build a big house, and get married.
Many people signed up enthusiastically. Ramdin selected the healthy young men and women and provided them with a few paisa each as incentives.
Rekha, Mary Jaan, my love, I have good news for you. Ramdin says he will get a good job for me in a village not too far from Rampur.
Ramsay, you swore you'll never leave me. Have you lost your mind? How can you be led away so easily by that man? I do not trust him. Did you consider my feelings?
Rekha, he seems to be an honest man. Why would he want to deceive us? This is indeed a good opportunity for us. How else could I afford our wedding? Tell me, Bolo Bolo.
Oh, Ram, I do not doubt your good intentions, but I cannot bear being away from you. You may never return, and the whole village will scorn me.
I give you my word, my love. You will be in my thoughts every moment of the day. How can I forget these wonderful times we spent together? Please understand, my dear. You know, I have always dreamt of a big wedding with a horse-drawn carriage, musicians, and fireworks, and of course, my beautiful queen.
If Every day of your absence will be like a whole year.
Don't worry, my dear. In a short while, I will be back.
Here, keep this for good luck. Whenever you miss me, just listen to the rhythm of my heart when you hear the sound of its bells.
I will keep it close to my heart, Miri Jaan. My jharu was my closest companion before I met you. Now it is a gift to you. Keep it as a memory.
My beloved, I'll be waiting right here for you, however long it takes.
The recruits were all loaded onto a train to Calcutta without the knowledge that they were about to be shipped from there to a far-off land.
Sahib! I brought you the best friends of Rampur. They are strong, they're young, and anxious to work very hard.
Well done, Ramadan. We will be needing your services shortly.
Yes, Sahib. What's my money, my paisa?
First, take them to the ship.
But Sahib, you never told me about a ship.
No argument, Ramadan. Take them to the ship or no money.
Ship? Where are we going, Ramdin? You deceived us.
Mandir, you scoundrel, you crook, you're a crook. You don't have money?
You deceive us.
You shameless ingrates! I've done this for your good! What good? Shameless!
Oh, Rekha, what have I done to my life? Please keep faith, my love. I will be back.
Shocked, extremely angry but helpless, all the recruits were carted onto the ship's deck. The HMS Blondel left the port of Calcutta in 1845 and took nearly 3 months to reach Jamaica. Living conditions on board the ship were atrocious. Large numbers of people were crammed in narrow spaces. Food was poor. Conditions were unhygienic. And a combination of seasickness and diseases took the lives of over 10% of the cargo. Those who were left bonded themselves as brothers, jahajis, and comforted one another with songs, stories from the Ramayana, and reflected on the lives, loves, and relatives in India.
Ramsabhai, my left eye is twitching. This is an evil omen. I do not have a good feeling about crossing the Kalapan.
Have we made the right decision?
Right or wrong, there is no turning back. I do not know when I will return to my Rekha.
The girl from the market?
Yes, that lovely goddess with the twinkling footworks. I promise her when I return, we will have this biggest wedding in Rampur.
I also left my wife and 2 children behind. Tara, my little star, and Arjun, my brave warrior. Mataji is also not in good health.
Mohanji, this separation must be tearing your heart apart.
I always dreamt that one day Arjun will become a great teacher. Now, I don't know what will happen.
I miss my little sister. She is so beautiful. I made an oath to save enough money for her marriage. Now her faith hangs with uncertainty. I feel so lost without my family.
Last night, the sea was very stormy. I felt the waves lashing against the ship, and I was very sick.
I have not seen Chanda today. He looked sick yesterday.
Chanda died last night. His body was quietly thrown overboard.
Oh no, this is the 25th Jahaji to pass away. This place is a graveyard. Who's going to be next?
Have faith, Mohanji. Hanumanji will deliver us. Forget not the name of Bhagwan Ram. May he protect me for Rekha's sake. May he protect us all. Hanuman ki Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Have faith, my brothers.
But we do not know where we are going. What will happen to us?
That is true. But we cannot change anything. Let us make up our minds to work hard and overcome our problems.
Yes, Bayo. We are not new to poverty. Difficult times have been part of our lives. Let us join together to overcome.
Our success was built on pains. Sacrifice is the bedrock of our dharma. Like Hanumanji, we can move mountains.
We can even conquer Lanka. Jai Ho!
On the 10th of May, 1845, the HMS Blondel arrived in Old Harbor, Jamaica, at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Exhausted, bewildered, and skeptical, the recruits were taken off the ship, medically examined, identified, and sent off to the estates to which they were assigned. Soon realized that they had been deceived. Working conditions were terrible, and they were clustered in cramped living conditions in lodges. It was a bitter reality.
Ramsing Bhaiya, you seem so depressed.
Mohanji, this place is worse than Rampur. How long can we work from morning till dusk with just 2 meals a day?
This morning the Sahib banged on the door, splashed water on me and demanded that I prepare for work.
I have serious pains in my legs and across my side. It's tough to sleep on that cold floor without a sheet.
Last night, I hardly slept. The roof leaked like a sieve when the rain fell, and my room was flooded up to my ankles. Sahib, I don't think he's well.
I will teach him a lesson. You are encouraging the others to waste time like you.
But Sahib, I have never stopped working. I do not work with my mom.
Take this! You wretch! No good Indian coolie! Get back to work!
Sahib, stop it! Please don't hit my bhaiya! He's not well!
I will teach all of you a lesson today.
How dare you take advantage like this?
No, don't do that, Ramsey.
No, Bhaiya, control yourself. Please go back to work, please, man.
He has no right to treat us like animals.
I said get back to work, you lazy good-for-nothing coolies.
I will kill you! You hear me?
You will pay dearly for this. Mark my word. Let's go.
Indeed, he was penalized. A large amount was deducted from his weekly wage. He had to work longer hours, and cash amounts were subtracted from the escrow that was established by the planters to fund his return to India. This would ultimately have a crushing impact on him. He was bent on taking revenge on Ramsey.
That Ramsey character is becoming a thorn in my side.
I read your report. It is a serious matter, but none of the Indians want to testify against him.
He is like their ringleader. I heard he is now urging the Indians to fight for their rights.
We should deal with him appropriately before things get worse.
What do you recommend?
We have to be careful. The Indian government is sending a commission to Jamaica soon to investigate all complaints.
I have a plan in mind. He needs to be taught a lesson who is in charge on this estate.
Once it falls within the terms of their contract, you can go right ahead.
Thank you, sir. Leave it in my hands.
Indeed, he was penalized. A large amount was deducted from his weekly wage. In India, Rekha's family grew increasingly worried over her deteriorating situation. As the days went by, every evening the friends would gather together to share their experiences, recite prayers, read religious books, and recount their life in Bharat.
Sita, I'm worried about Ramsey. He hasn't been saying anything, but I know they have been keeping him after work these days. I don't know what is going on, but he's not saying a word. But there he is. Ramsey Bhaiya, I don't know why you lose your temper. These people make the rules, and they're the judge and the jury.
Ramji, please watch out. I heard Manja and the overseer talking about you.
What were they saying?
He was saying things like, you're a very big problem for them, and they might transfer you from the estate.
Thank you, Sita. But they haven't seen my bad side as yet.
Listen, have patience. Just play by their tune for a little while more.
She's right. Don't jeopardize your status. For Rekha's sake.
Mohanji, I do not care if I have to starve or work longer hours, but no one dishonored my brothers. Not these heartless animals. Ramdin, that cutthroat is the cause of all our misery. I was told that I would get a job in the next village to save sugar. I did not know that I would have to cross the Kalapani.
But yeah, at least you were promised a job. I was told that my uncle was ill in Sitanagar and he wanted to see me. I joined the train with this smooth-talking fellow, and before long, I was in Calcutta.
I was told that I'll get a job as a washerman in Gujarat. I have left behind my true love, Rekha. Every minute of the day I think about her. It is she that keeps me going. All I think about is Maji and my bache, Tara and Arjun.
I just hope I earn enough money to cover the marriage and dowry expenses of my small sister.
You all have some hope. Except me.
What do you mean?
My family sees me as a castaway. I cannot go back to Rampur ever. As to marriage, that is totally out of the question.
And you can still afford a smile?
What else can I do, Ramji? Should I succumb to the misery of the estate life too? I like to be charmed.
Acha, let us all chant some chaupais from the Ramcharitramanas. It is quite late, and we have another 12 hours of work ahead of us. Let's get some rest. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.
Rekha was terribly depressed. She stopped dancing, walked about aimlessly, and does not part with the broom. She reflected on the happier days, sang sad songs, and waited anxiously for the return of Ram Singh.
knows not the pain I feel for you, my love. I think about you every moment of the day. I cannot wait for these 5 years to finish to return into your waiting arms. The blisters I suffer from the scorching sun, the food I am deprived of for standing up to their cruelty, and the penalty they impose on me for speaking my mind will never daunt my spirit. The sound of your gungaroos never escape my ears. Your face I see reflect on every walls, and I see your elegant movements just as the sugarcane sways with the wind. Oh Rekha, my heart bleeds for you. This separation is unbearable.
In India, Rekha's family grew increasingly worried over her deteriorating situation.
Rekha, oh Rekha, how long are you going to wait for Ramsey? People are gossiping in the old village every day. I am being tortured by someone. My family honor is at stake. I have just gotten another offer for your hand in marriage. Rama is of a good caste, comes from a good family, a great job, and plenty of land.
Itaji, I will marry no one but Ramsey. I gave him my word, and I will wait for him, no matter how long it takes.
Rekha, you are closing the door on opportunities that come your way. You are my eldest daughter. Time is fleeting away, and I am getting older and feebler. Please, my daughter, consider this offer. All the girls in the village are now married. Betty, do not spoil your luck.
What is Pa upset about? He seems livid over something.
You know, he's worried about me. What will people say? You know, the usual thing.
Yes, and how long will you wait on Ramsey? Don't worry, I'll talk to Pa.
Thank you, my Jyoti Bahin. Hope he understands. It will be over soon.
Bahin, I notice you've been making yourself pretty these days.
Well, of course. Did you not look at the calendar lately?
Is it Diwali already?
You are so clueless sometimes, Priya. My Maharaj is coming back soon. I found out Asha from the West Indies is coming back to Calcutta next month. I'm so excited, I can't wait.
Oh yes, feels like such a long time he has gone.
I cannot wait any longer. My prayers are finally coming true.
Didi, I would prefer you wait until he comes. With all the paisa,
My wedding will be the biggest ever in Rampur. I want to be lost with the glamour and glitter, the singers and the musicians, and wonderful food. And you dancing for me, of course.
Didi, there you go again, dreaming. I also know you'll make the prettiest bride ever.
Do you believe in dreams, Priya?
Not really. Okay, sometimes. What did you dream, Didi?
I had this strange dream where I was dancing, but everyone kept mocking or laughing at me for some strange reason. Then Like the stage opened like an earthquake, and I just fell into a dark tunnel. I was sweating by the time I woke up.
Definitely not a good dream, but it's only a dream. Let's get some firewood before it gets dark.
You're right. I must be thinking too much. Hey, am I too dressy to fetch firewood?
Not really. You never know who you'll notice.
Hey.
Just kidding. I should call you Juliet and Ramsey. Romeo. Or maybe Naila and him Majnu. Or better, you Radha and him Krishna.
The indentured workers were becoming anxious as the ending period of their contract comes closer. Many had big dreams of returning to India.
Ramji, since this is our last few days in Jamaica, many thoughts are going through my mind. Look, this is all I have. It's been so many years I worked on this estate.
I understand what you're saying. I'm also disappointed going back with nothing much.
Ramji, cheer up. In a few days, this place will become a distant memory. Long will be gone the sweat and tears.
And the venom of that Ravan of a seer? You are right. This is like Lanka. Ravan is a good name for the tyrant.
He told me to pick up my final salary from him today. Then I am all set.
You want us to accompany you?
Don't worry, I will be fine. By the way, why is everyone so nervous? Didn't you say that we will celebrate this day?
Yes. We promised to have a big sport right here and celebrate liberation from tyranny and slavery.
Mohit, get everyone away from the lotus. Time to dance and be merry, just like old times.
Yes, Bayan. I got a bottle of good daru too.
Bhayo or Behino, before we begin this farewell, let us remember all our fellow Jahajis who sacrificed their lives in their quest for a better life. Their lives were not lost in vain. May Hanumanji bless their souls wherever it is. However, it's not time to celebrate the end of our contract of sweat and tears. Let's dance and sing until the sun rises.
दुख पाप क्या आफत दाम का क्या मैंने दिल तुझको दिया मैंने दिल तुझको दिया हो रमया वसावया रमया वसावया सोने चांदी के बदले में बिकते हैं दिल सोने चांदी के बदले में बिकते हैं दिल
On the completion of the first 5 years of indentureship, all members of the village were summoned to be told about their status.
Today is an important day in your lives. Listen carefully. Based on the terms of your indentureship, each labourer is contracted to serve the plantation for 5 years, after which they will be given the option to either stay on the plantation or return to India. Funds were set aside to cover the expenses for the return trip, and those eligible to return must satisfy certain criteria. The following people have been selected to return to India if they so desire. Raghubeer, Laxman, Ramdas, Balabir, Angad, Mohan, Chatu, Bali, and Jamont. Those of you whose name is called, please move to the side now.
Your Ajah's name was not called?
No, Betty. He waited anxiously for his name to be called. He stood stone cold, shocked and speechless when he realized that he was not selected.
Oh, Rekha, Rekha, Rekha. I have disappointed you. I have betrayed your trust, my love. Please forgive me. I will remember you for the rest of my life. What a cruel blow the hand of fate has dealt me. Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Ram.
Bhaiya, I make one promise to you. I will seek out Rekha in Rampur and convey your predicament. I'll tell her of your undying love for her.
Mohanji, I treasure this necklace very much. Please give it to my Rekha. Tell her it is a symbol of my everlasting love for her.
I promise I will seek her out and I'll give her this necklace. Namaskar, bhai. Namaskar.
चाहूंगा मैं तुझे साँझ सवेरे, फिर भी कभी अब नाम को तेरे आवाज मैं न दूंगा, आवाज मैं न दूंगा। चाहूंगा मैं तुझे साँझ सवेरे, फिर भी कभी अब नाम को तेरे आवाज मैं न दूंगा।
He couldn't bear the thought of leaving Ramsing in that condition.
I swear that devil overseer is not getting off this time. The pains of Ramsing Bhai will not go unpunished.
Mohan Bhai, I still have the chain I grabbed from his neck when he was trying. I also scratched his face.
That's it. Perfect. Let's go to the mansion right now. You will tell him everything.
Hi Ram, I just begged for justice today.
Don't worry, Sita. Let's have faith. Please be brave. Manja!
Listen, I'm sorry, but I can't help. Mr. Ramsey, he broke the law, case closed.
But Manja, he did nothing wrong. He was only trying to protect me.
Mr. Mohan, no Indian has the right to raise their hand and threaten any of my staff. I am in charge here. He should have come to me with his grievance. Do you hear me?
Yes, Manja. But I've also come for another reason. Mr. Johnson tried to abuse Sita last night, and we have proof this time.
What? How do you make such a serious accusation against Mr. Johnson? What evidence do you have?
Tell him. Tell him, Sita.
He told me to pick up my final salary at his home last evening. And when I went, he tried to take advantage of me. But I fought back. I scratched his face, and look, I grabbed his chain.
And then he came running after her. But luckily, we saved her from that wretch.
Manja, if he is not punished, we will make a complaint to the Indian Commission.
Miss Sita, please, there's no need to do that. I tell you what, I'll have him charged immediately and sent back to England for trial on the next ship.
Manja, I trust that justice will be served in this matter.
He knew the rules. Don't worry, I'll personally ensure justice is carried out. No one breaks the law in my estate. Now get yourselves ready. The ship to Calcutta leaves at the break of dawn.
Thank you, Manja.
I hold you to your word, Manja. You said you are a man of justice.
I am, and you will see. I can't afford to let things get worse than this extent. Why do you do something like that?
Sita, it's a bittersweet day. Now we have gotten revenge. But tomorrow we have to leave my Bhaiji Ramsing here. I'm so utterly heartbroken.
Mohan Bhai, I have to tell you something. I have decided not to return to Bharat anymore.
What do you mean? But you're all packed and ready for the journey?
There's no reason for me to go. My family will disown me and marriage is totally out of the question. I have a better chance here to start all over again.
I never thought about it that way, but
I will stay until the case is over and to look over Ramsing.
you're a brave woman indeed. I admire your courage, Sita.
Well, here's where I have to build my life. Jamaica is now my motherland.
Here, take this. Please help my brother before he dies of sadness.
Please, don't. Your family needs it more than me. But please, give this to my family. I may never see them again. Life is so unfair sometimes. I feel like I'm banished in the forest, like Sita was in the Ramayana.
Don't cry, my friend. You made me proud. You're a strong Indian woman. Let's get back to the Lodji before it's too late.
The overseer was arrested that evening by the police, and he was sent back to England for trial. indeed sought out Rekha and informed her what had happened.
Rekha Betty. Rekha? Rekha? She's not in her room. Priya, have you seen her? What happened? No, she stopped talking and just locked herself in her room. But she's not there. Come on, Priya, please let us find her. Okay, Mom. Let's go. Looks like she took some clothes. Where did she go? Oh, Rekha? Rekha! Where are you, baby? Where are you, Rekha? Oh, Rekha, please come over wherever you are. Oh, Mom, she's broken. I think she's going to go forever.
What happened to Rekha?
Nobody knows. She just ran away. I heard she moved to the holy city of Varanasi.
And what happened to your Aja?
He and Sita decided to live together after she became an outcast on the estate. He felt sorry for her and would not let her suffer in disgrace. But they never got married. Then they had 4 children.
But he loved Rekha.
Yes, he did. But he treated my Aji Sita like a queen until she died. But she knew in his heart he still loved Rekha up to the end.
Until his death? When did he die? Where?
No one knows about that, even until today. He went back to India to find Rekha and never came back. It is still a mystery.
Wow, such a heart-rending story behind this gumbaru.
Now you know why my Aja was left in Jamaica. This was his most precious keepsake. Aja used to say, the pains caused by migration do not match the rewards. Those precious moments lost cannot be regained, but life has to go on. He made the sacrifice for us. We are making the sacrifice for you.
Aji, what do you mean?
I am here for the same reason my Aja left India. Poverty is a great curse, but it gives us perspective. Understanding the pangs of poverty helps us to appreciate life better. Here, take this.
Wow, you mean this is mine now?
Yes, this has been a precious part of my legacy. It now becomes your inheritance. Someday you will narrate this story to your grandchildren.
Of course. I will call this gumbaru the Dancing Bells of Rekha.
The Dancing Bells of Rekha. That is so beautiful. But there is only one problem.
Problem? What do you mean? I promise I will take good care of it.
No, not that. Whoever owns Rekha's gumbaru must know how to dance with it.
No, you know I'm not a dancer.
Don't worry, your Aji is here. Hey, music man, turn up the music. Play my favorite song.
Wait. Can I try dancing with these on my feet?
Why not, Betty? Rekha would be proud. Wait, listen. Do you hear the dancing bells of Rekha? Come on, dance and celebrate Rekha. She will be so proud of you.
मधुबन में राधिका नाचे रे मधुबन में राधिका नाचे रे गिरधर की मुरलिया बाजे गिरधर की मुरलिया बाजे मधुबन नाच
Rekha for this evening's performance. As Jahajis, John and Rita Rambajan, Devika Kumar, Srinivas Chokalinga, and Suki Williams. As extras, Hakeem Ali and Rajiv Kawal Singh. As Lakshman and the secretary, Mohan Singh from Guyana. Sabrina Ranga. As Rekha's sister Priya, Christina Rambajan. As estate manager, Sanjeev Badalu. As Mr. Gladstone, David Marks. As the overseer, Mr. Johnson, King Raj from the U.S. As Ramdan as Ramdin and Mohan, Ramesh Dilchan from the U.S. As Mr. Andrews and security and recruiter, Krishna Ajari. As Nanda, Chantel Burser. As Aji, Barbara Prasad. And now, as Rekha, Parvati Tej Singh. And as Ram Singh, Irvin Apadu, both from the U.S. Dancing Bells of Rekha was written by Ramesh Dilchan and directed by Ramesh, Parvati, and Irvin. Stage managers, Devika and Christina. Props, Auntie Charlene, Uncle John, and Auntie Barbara. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
This is a presentation of the Prema Satsangh of Jamaica in association with the Northern Guyanese Foundation of the U.S.
Normally when we're taught history in classroom, we're taught dates and events and a very clinical and goal manner. Tonight what you've seen is an interpretation of the human side of the indentureship experience. And I can tell you there's very little literary license in the production of this thing. And so I just wanted to also call on stage, person who was instrumental in helping us to facilitate this function tonight. So I'd also like to be acknowledged, Dr. Tarpasad and our Tara Singh, And the crew that came in from the US and Guyana, they had 1 week to train, let's say, our aspiring actors and actresses. And there are a few firsts here in our group. And I really would like for you to give them a warm Jamaican thank you. We truly thank you for supporting us in celebrating such an occasion. You're part of history tonight. And so what I would say is thank you very much for your support. Safe journey home. And if you still have money in your pockets, please support our food store outside. Okay? But again, safe journey home. And guys, thank you very much.
Just a few words. We had a week to put together this production, and coming in from New York and first time in Jamaica doing this production. This is our 25th production of this play. We did it in Guyana, in Canada, and multiple times in the United States. And we had the same response. I'm sure many of you were teary-eyed. You felt the pains, and it makes you appreciate our history better. So I'll ask you if you could please put your hands together again. Some of these performers here never acted on stage, and it's amazing to see. We did 3 to 4 days. They just blossomed and they want to do this production. Reminded me that Jamaicans are naturally born actors. I'll ask you to a favor, please. We want to meet you on the way out, so after Dr. Dorothy finish, we will be cast going outside. And as you're leaving, we want to shake your hand and let you know that thank you for coming. We would be happy to meet you and that you will enjoy this production. Is that good? Yes.
I just want to say a few words. We could be taking this production around what else where it was just going forward. But my first priority was to get to Jamaica. And I spoke to Barbara, she was very enthusiastic. The executive was very enthusiastic. But let me tell you something about this group. They are not only actors, good actors, they are good musicians, singers, but above all, they excel in charity work, humanitarian. They have built houses, do medical clinics, and all these other sorts of things. So I would say they are better known as humanitarian charity workers rather than actors and actresses. But every time they do this production, they did it to the Hard Anniversary in New York. And as we said, lots of people who understand history, they read history, but the human side came out from them. People were crying. And I think this was very emotional for all of us. And, the good thing about this is that from this year, I was telling Ravi that people have started to develop a resurgence and interest back in history, Indian history in particular, and they wanted an anniversary that laid the foundation in place. And I want to thank Ramesh and the crew for making that sacrifice to come here. And a great job. We are so proud of you all. Continue to say and get the days are here. Thank you very much. He's a professional musician, but every time he performs for me, I don't pay him. I just saw me coming to Jamaica, and said, no problem, let me get the date. You put up a resistance, the date, and he loved your country 24 hours. I told him Jamaican morning, don't put up this for, he never believed it.